Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Calling all collectors! Topps NBA basketball trading cards are back. It's available in the Grizzlies Den by Fanatics and online at Topps.com. Rip into bold color parallels, electric inserts, relics, and autographed cards from today's biggest stars and the next-gen talent. Look out for rookie cards of Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, plus Grizzlies favorites John Morant, Jalen Wells, and so many more. You don't want to miss this drop. Grab your set before it's gone.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
Here. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio. We're in FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you weren't really looking forward to seeing the two tallest players in the NBA go at it tonight on NBC, because that will not be happening, and that's because Victor Wembanyama, the all 7'4" of him, is out tonight for the Spurs, meaning Zach Edey, Grizzlies center, will have to score and rebound on a smaller man. Jamaar Morant also out tonight and is expected to be sidelined for at least the next couple of weeks. We got that news yesterday afternoon. Familiar territory, unfortunately. We'll talk about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. When we finish this opening segment, we will take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, Purdue is number 1 again in the Associated Press Top 25 poll. They moved back to the top of the rankings when things updated yesterday afternoon. I bring this up because that's who the Tigers are playing on Thursday in the Bahamas. We'll dive into that in about 25 minutes. Ole Miss has reportedly told Lane Kiffin that he must let the school know whether he's staying or going by next Friday's game against Mississippi State. Not sure the University of Mississippi has much leverage here, but it's still an interesting headline. We'll discuss that in just a bit. Former Penn State coach James Franklin is the new coach at Virginia Tech. Seems like a good hire to most. Dan Wolken, our friend from Yahoo Sports, he's a little skeptical. I'll ask Bennett what he thinks. We'll do that later on in the show. As expected, the NFL has suspended Jamaar Chase for a game after he was caught spitting on Jalen Ramsey on Sunday. I tell you how much that's going to cost the Bengals star receiver. We'll do that in the second segment. And the Cowboys had no issues in Las Vegas last night. Beat the Raiders 33-16 after CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens were both benched for the opening series. I'll get Bennett to explain what that was about during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. That will eventually do GP's carry out, and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to. We'll see if I can get through it without choking to death and coughing. It's hard to get rid of a upper respiratory infection, it appears.
Not doing well myself, GP.
Well, Bennett, Bennett, we're going to get better. I hope. We'll see. Game 15 of a scheduled 82. It's set for tonight in San Antonio. They're doing it in a place they now call the Frost Bank Center. Grizz Spurs, 7 o'clock. It's on NBC. It's a big stage, and that's good news for the Grizz and the Spurs, but it is bad news for NBC. And the bad news is that neither Grizz star Jamaar Morant nor Spurs star Victor Wembanyama are going to be in uniform. Jai is out with what's officially described, we found out yesterday, grade 1 right calf strain. The franchise says he'll be reevaluated in approximately 2 weeks. Wemby also out with a calf strain. The Spurs have officially offered no timetable for his return, but ESPN's Shams Charania reported the Spurs star should be sidelined for, quote, a few weeks. I suppose if NBC didn't know that stars in the NBA are sometimes, perhaps even often, unreliable performers before it paid $2.5 billion a year to bring professional basketball back to its network, I suppose it knows it. It knows it now. On opening night, NBC got the Thunder without Jalen Williams, got the Lakers without LeBron James. Tonight on NBC, they're going to get the Grizzlies without Ja Morant and the Spurs without MVP candidate Victor Wembanyama, reigning Rookie of the Year Stephon Castle, and the number 2 pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, Dylan Harper. That's all positive for the Grizzlies. Need a win, but it's obviously not so great news for NBC. Either way, the Spurs are still listed as 6.5-point favorites tonight. Big Bet Bennett, are you ready to watch the Grizz play on NBC for the first time?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't sound like it.
I think so. I'll have it pulled up. I'll be listening to Eric Hasseltine's beautiful voice doing radio tonight. You can listen to me on the pregame, halftime, and postgame show as well tonight. But yes, I'm excited to see what the Grizzlies' first NBC appearance looks like, even though it will be shorthanded.
Everybody's shorthanded.
It's good for us. I mean, I guess you could look at it like one of two ways.
Well, give me both ways, and I'll tell you the proper way.
Okay, well, it's good news for us because Victor Wembanyama's not playing. That's great. That's helpful. The flip side is if you lose tonight, I don't really see any game that they're going to win until Ja comes back. I mean, right? Like you're going up against the Spurs without 3 of their best players.
But you get the Kings coming up and the Mavericks coming up.
Okay, but like I feel like you need to be able to get this one tonight. It's been a rough road trip. Need some good vibes coming back home with some more winnable games. And if you don't get this one tonight, then I'm like, oh man, where are we going to get a win until Ja comes back?
I understand the sentiment.
Yeah,
you are a 6.5-point underdog tonight, so the odds are stacked against you.
We're still 6.5-point underdogs.
That's what the betting markets are saying.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Did they look at the injury report?
I don't know.
They must not. They must realize we don't have any guards.
Yeah. That's the thing. Sometimes this stuff is simpler than you think. You just look at it and you go, "That's a basketball team with no dribblers."
Yes, and you have to have those to play the game of basketball. I think in this day and age,
Dr. James Naismith, like one of the first rules of basketball, it involves doing this.
Did he invent? I know he invented like the basket with the. It wasn't a basketball like we use today. It was like a different kind of basketball.
Dr. James Naismith invented basketball. Are you trying to argue with Wikipedia?
Didn't he just invent the basket and the ball?
No, I think another man probably centuries earlier invented the basket.
Okay.
You know, we had baskets going way back. And then somebody...
So we're crediting Dr. James Naismith with the dribbling as well.
I mean, I think he's the one that... I don't know that he invented dribbling, okay? But I know that he invented the game where among the ways to move the ball is to bounce it.
Yeah.
He's responsible for that aspect of the game.
That's probably true, yes.
He's responsible for the game. He's responsible for that aspect. And so it's tough when you don't have anybody that can do that. Just this. You would think you got a whole bunch of guys making a lot of money. Someone would be able to do this.
Yeah.
Pretty good, but it's tough.
Unless they're all injured.
It's tough. They're all injured.
Yes.
It's wild. It is outrageous.
Can you believe that we're doing this in November?
I can't.
I really can't.
I can't.
I'm sorry to come on here and be cynical, but my God.
I heard Michael Wallace on with Jess earlier, and he's like, 2 years ago, the most injured team in the NBA. Last year, second most injured team in the NBA. And now you're down 4 point guards. Most teams don't have 4 point guards. It'd be like if you had a friend and they were like, man, I just wrecked 4 Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I didn't even know people had 4 Lamborghinis.
That's right. Like
What?
you have 4 point guards just to be safe and avoid the scenario
You
that you find
have 4
yourself
Lamborghinis
in.
just in case 3 of them get wrecked, and you happen to wreck all 4. Most people don't even have 4.
Damn.
How did you wreck all 4? It is wild. Here we are.
Here we are. Yeah.
Circling back to the big news
Got
from
to get
yesterday.
through it, man.
Circling back to the big news from yesterday.
Yeah.
We got it at 12:16 p.m. just after the show ended here. It came courtesy of @Grizzlies PR on X. Ja Morant has been diagnosed with a grade 1 right calf strain that he suffered 5 minutes and 59 seconds after tip-off in Saturday's loss in Cleveland. Put another way, exactly 5 minutes and 59 seconds after Grizz center Zach Edey made his debut, the Grizzlies lost Ja Morant for at least 2 weeks and likely longer. If you're bummed, I understand. I think we're all bummed. If I had Zoloft, I'd take it. I could use an antidepressant. And also, like, just to get it out of the way, this is why when we have to revisit this stuff, you can't get too frustrated when the national media guys and gals start ranking stuff, point guards, players, whatever, and some of them put Ja outside of top 10 point guards in the world. Some of them put Ja outside of top 30 players in the NBA. Whether they're right or wrong about his talent and ability and everything else, they almost always settle, like when they're trying to defend the argument, they almost always settle on, and, he just doesn't play that often.
Yeah.
They almost always get there.
Oh, and that was the caveat literally in that ranking that you're referencing. Yes. Yeah, like in the
it's
little
almost like you got to write capsules on every player, and you get to Ja Morant, and he's in the 30s, and somebody's going to say, how is Ja Morant in the 30s? His shoes are awesome. And you have to put in there, well, he just, he doesn't play a lot. He just doesn't. I mean, yeah, he's awesome when he plays, but he doesn't play a lot. I know we all hate to hear that. It gets tiresome. But it's just something that is, or at least has been, undeniably true. And has been undeniably true for years. I heard Roser and Devin going back and forth about it a little bit yesterday on Vernon's show. Roser said it, more or less what I just said, and Devin didn't like it, and I get that. But it's just, again, it's just a true thing. Like, it rains a lot in Syracuse. It's hot a lot in Phoenix. It's street clothes a lot for Ja Morant. Those are all, unfortunately, just statements of facts. They're just facts. He's never played more than 67 games in a season. He hasn't played more than 50 games in a season since 2023. Missed 73 games in the 23-24 season. Missed 32 games last season, plus most of 2 playoff games. He had already missed 2 games this season, 1 for suspension, 1 for an injury. Came back Saturday, left after 5 minutes and 59 seconds, and now he's going to be out for presumably at least the next 2 weeks and maybe longer. It doesn't mean that it's anybody's fault. It doesn't mean anything other than he just isn't available as much as anybody would like him to be available. And he's just not available for a variety of reasons. And so now here we are again.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with all of that. It is very unfortunate. And again, I go back to what I said yesterday. Like, for that 5 minutes 50, I gave it a good 6 minutes. You say 5 minutes 59 seconds.
It was
close enough. That's fine.
It was not even 6 minutes.
Okay, well, I was standing on 6 minutes yesterday, but man, it was the most beautiful 5 minutes and 59 seconds I had seen this whole season. And I swear to God, I was like, oh, they're gonna figure this out. Like, they've got time. This looks like what it's supposed to look like. They've got the guys in there that they want in there, and this looks like how it's supposed to go. And so now you just hope that it's not a lingering injury, that it's something that he can hopefully come back from in 2 weeks. It's worth noting, like, it's reevaluate in 2 weeks. It's not he'll be back in 2 weeks. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, Ty Jerome, like, and I'm assuming his might be a little worse than Jaws was. He's missed, I believe, 6 weeks now at this point. So you hope that it's not that bad because...
Well, it doesn't appear to be.
Yeah.
But hamstrings are And calves and these types of injuries can be tricky.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
I saw Bobby Marks say he talked about the theme of this NBA season so far, and he literally referenced lower leg, calf injuries as being the big theme to start this NBA season. He's right. This isn't unique to Ja or the Grizzlies.
No. It is magnified with Ja and the Grizzlies because it's Ja and the Grizzlies, and we deal with stuff
Injuries.
nonstop.
Yep.
But you're exactly right, not unique to the Grizzlies. The point guard situation is unique to the Grizzlies.
Insane.
It's ridiculous to the Grizzlies.
Crazy.
But just players being sidelined with calves and hamstrings that's an NBA thing, particularly early in the season. And I'll let the trainers and medical experts explain why, but that is something you need to look at. Why is this happening so often to so many players? Because tonight's a perfect example of the downside of it. You've got a compelling product to put on a massive stage, NBC in prime time on a weeknight, and
you get two great stars, obviously different stars in their own right, but
in some ways, maybe in some ways, and I'm not trying to put a list together because Steph exists and KD exists and Anthony Edwards and Luka and blah blah blah. But in some ways that you could define things, in theory, tonight on NBC, you're supposed to have two of the basketball players in the world who people love to just see play basketball.
That's right.
We don't have to say they're the two best, but they are two of the men in this world who people love to watch play basketball because of the things they can do that other men cannot do. That's what NBC signed up for.
Yep. That's why they flexed this. This wasn't a scheduled game.
$2.5 billion per year to have this stage, to get a compelling product like the one they're supposed to have tonight. It's just not there because of calf soreness. It's just not there. It's something that needs to be looked at. I'm not smart enough to understand how to fix it, but it's a real problem that I said needs to be looked at. I'm confident they're already looking at it. Okay?
Yeah, someone's in the lab right now. Yes.
But somebody's got to figure out how to alleviate this issue because it's a real issue. You're going to have millions of people who just have it on NBC at night no matter what. Like, no matter what. Put it on whatever's playing on NBC, that's going to be in televisions tonight all over the country. And they'll turn it on and they'll be like, okay, the Spurs, don't they have that tall guy?
They got Wemby.
Don't they got the tall guy that dunked on Draymond? And it'll be like, yeah, but he's out. With what? Calf. Oh.
Don't they have the Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, they got the Rookie of the Year, right? Oh, he's out too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but they got the number 2 pick in the draft, the guy that went right behind Cooper Flagg. Out too. All right, well, what about the Grizzlies? Don't they have the guy that dunks all the time? Out too. What? It's tough.
We got a big guy in our own right.
Sure.
He's almost as big as Wemby.
2-time Wooden Award winner.
There you go.
The first since Ralph Sampson. So perhaps that's good enough for...
Wait, is Zach Edey the premier player in this game tonight?
I mean, Jaren Jackson.
Oh, no, I'm talking about just who people are going to know, like when they turn on the TV.
I mean, Zach Edey was a 2-time...
He played a national championship game.
He was a 2-time National Player of the Year who played in a national championship game. That's a pretty good... That makes you pretty famous. And he's like unusually tall.
Okay, so we got the premier player in this game tonight.
Perhaps we have the premier player in the game tonight. Again, Ja Morant is out. Ty Jerome is out. Scottie Pippen Jr. is out. Javon Small is out. Those are the 4-point guards we've been talking about, which means lead guard duties tonight in San Antonio. And it looks like for the foreseeable future, will be handled by some combination of Vince Williams, Cam Spencer, and Jemai Meshack, 3 men who weren't necessarily expected to even be in the rotation when this season started. Certainly weren't expected to be in the rotation as lead guard options. Obviously, Meshack wasn't even on the roster 3 days ago. Now the Grizz might have to use him. I know we're used to injury stuff around these parts, but this is excessive even for us. Down 4-point guards for the foreseeable future, 14 games into this season. They say we're not cursed. That's what they tell us, but it doesn't always feel that way. There are 5 Grizzlies listed as out for tonight's game, 4 of them lead guards. So we're rolling with Vince, Cam, and Jemai at point guard. Do you have a preference, Bennett?
I want to see what it looks like with all of them, just because we're probably going to be relying on all three of these guys for the foreseeable future. So I want to see what it looks like. I think they'll start with Vince. I think rightfully so, just because I know it hasn't always been pretty when he's handling the ball, but he's got more experience than those two guys, and so I want someone out there in that starting lineup that's at least got experience with that group. So I think you start with Vince by default, but I hope we get to see some Jemai Meshack tonight. I mean, because again, in the perfect world, like, no, you're not using him. You're bringing him up. You're bringing him along. He's a young player. Like, fine, but we're in this spot, and I kind of want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, my fear would be it kind of looks like the 59th pick in the most recent draft.
Who's not really a point guard.
Yeah.
He's playing point guard for the hustle, worth noting. He has been.
And it's been mixed reviews. And so it's probably tough. I know everybody likes the idea of Jemai Meshack, myself included, but it's a big ask. It's a big ask. 59th pick in the most recent draft to play meaningful minutes this early in his first season, particularly when he wasn't even on the roster 3 days ago. Whether we'll see him or not, I'm not sure. Obviously, if we see him, I hope it goes well, but I would keep expectations tempered a bit.
I also think that like his pathway to being able to be an NBA player is being a point guard. I'm not sure what other position he could. He's smaller, right? Like,
he's a 6'4" non-shooter, although he would argue with that label. But I can just tell you, in college, he was not considered a shooter.
A great shooter, right? Yeah. And I think he even said to us like that his, that the other guys were taking those shots.
Sure.
I could have. It's just how the system worked at Tennessee.
Perhaps he's right.
There
is a list of men in the NBA who were either low volume shooters or below average shooters who improved that skill set once they become professionals. Perhaps he'll be the next example of that. Mm-hmm. But for him to be a competent shooter as a professional, he will have to go from not being considered that in college to being considered that in the NBA.
Yeah.
If you're looking for positives, and
give me some, man. Give me some.
I'll do my best. You throw out a lineup of Vince Williams, Jalen Wells, Cedric Coward, Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach Edey, we can guard you.
We can for sure guard you, and I hope can dominate the boards tonight.
I mean, you might have three switchable guards.
Yeah.
They're really like three switchable wings playing the 1-2-3. And then Jaren is all NBA defense level guy, and Zach Edey is better than I think people anticipated he could be already. And so we'll see what the numbers look like once we get enough data to look at it. But just on a surface level, let's go try to win a game maybe 98-97.
Yeah, for sure. And for like a long stretch of that Cavs game before it fell apart in the fourth quarter, Jaren looked way more comfortable having a true center like Zach Edey out there next to him, a guy that he's used to playing with. I think that could benefit him a ton because obviously tonight, like, he's the guy. Like, you've got to go big tonight.
And Chris Harrington at the Daily Memphian made this point in a column over the weekend. Clearly, it was intentional and worth noting. Zach played 25 minutes in his season opener in Cleveland, and every second that he was on the court, Jaren was also on the court.
Yeah.
There was never a moment where Zach Edey was on the court without Jaren Jackson Jr. There were moments briefly because Jaren played 26 minutes, Zach played 25. So there were brief moments where Jaren, like seconds, where Jaren was on the court without Zach, but Zach was never on the court without Jaren.
Yeah.
And when those two are on the court together, that's a good defensive front court.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to seeing it for like a long stretch because again, like this is your front court for years now. Like this is going to be your front court for the foreseeable future with Zach and Jaren. So like
it should be
them being out there as much as possible together. I like it. Right. I'm here for it. Yep.
So 7:00 tip tonight. We're on NBC. Grizzlies at Spurs. Both teams are shorthanded. Spurs listed as 6.5-point favorites. The Grizzlies enter with a 4-10 record through 14 games. We come back, turn our attention to college sports. A lot of interesting stuff there. Purdue is back to number 1 in the AP poll. They jumped Houston yesterday afternoon. Bring that up because the Tigers will get a shot at the top-ranked team in the country on Thursday in the Bahamas, for better or worse. Reportedly, Ole Miss has given Lane Kiffin an ultimatum. He better let them know whether he's staying or going by next Friday's game against Mississippi State. Not sure what their leverage is exactly, but we'll talk through it. It's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Grizz Nation, Friday night just got a whole lot better. Introducing Buckets and Brews, the ultimate way to tip off your weekend. Every Friday this season, grab a terrace-level ticket to the Grizz game and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. Get great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball. It's everything you need to start your weekend off right. So get the deal that's too cold to hold. Go to Grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets today. Check this out. Last season in the NBA, there were 139 40-point games. We're like 5 days in, 6 days in, and we have had 16 already. It is on pace for over 300 40-point games.
Holy crap. Sheesh.
That would be the pace.
Yeah.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled. And Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's Ortho South at orthosouth.org. Now, I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
The Associated Press Top 25 men's basketball poll updated yesterday afternoon, as it does every day during the season. And the Purdue Boilermakers, as expected, moved back to number 1. They got 44 first-place votes. Houston only got 12. UConn got 2. Arizona got 2. Duke got 1. That's unusual for 5 different teams to be getting first-place votes in the AP poll. Also unusual for the way it has unfolded through the first 2 weeks of the season. Purdue, preseason number 1, doesn't lose a game, but gets replaced at number 1 after 1 week by Houston. Houston then is number 1, plays 2 more games after being undefeated, wins both of them, goes to 4-0, but then loses the number 1 ranking. So in back-to-back weeks, we have watched undefeated teams lose the number 1 ranking. I think AP voters are a little bipolar here.
Seems like it.
Be consistent with it. Be consistent with it. I guess they were unimpressed with Houston's close win over Auburn and Birmingham over the weekend, and wildly impressed with Purdue's big win, where Braden Smith got 27 points in a victory over Alabama. So Purdue number 1, and I bring this up not because we're going to talk about the AP poll every Tuesday, but because on Thursday, Purdue's next game, it will be against your University of Memphis Tigers. Bennett, on Thursday at 5 o'clock on CBS Sports Network. you have an opportunity to watch your alma mater play the top-ranked team in the country. You fired up?
No.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not.
Why
I mean,
would you
I
not be
don't want
fired
to.
up?
I don't want to watch my team get beat by 30. I just. Oh, again, I don't want to like pile on, but man, that loss on Sunday, just as it sets in, like a couple more. I mean, it's just so brutal. Because you don't lose that game on Sunday, and the thought coming into this Purdue game is totally different. It's okay, you get a free swing, like it's all good. Like, let's just see what it looks like against the literally best team in the country. Can they like stay in the game? And I guess I'll still be watching for that too. But now it's like you're facing, 2 losses in a row. It's not good.
Right.
So
and like if unless they surprise somebody, they will return from the Bahamas on a 3-game losing streak and with a 1-4 record on the season.
See, that's the thing too, is like it's how do you like tackle this Purdue game? Because again, if you look up and find yourself down like 20 points midway through the second
Opening
half or the second half, like what do you do? Because you got to play a game the next day against a comparable opponent, like a solid team.
I mean, you better hope, if you're going to lose to Purdue, in all seriousness, you better hope Texas Tech beats Wake Forest so that you don't have to play Purdue and Texas Tech in back-to-back games. Because you can maybe play with Wake Forest, but if UNLV's bombing you and we think Purdue's going to bomb you, well, Texas Tech probably going to bomb you too.
And that's the thing, is like that second game, because of like what happened on Sunday, and because obviously that you're really up against it on Thursday, that second game in this Bahamas trip all of a sudden becomes a really big game for you.
I mean, I think we're probably getting a little...
3 in a row is tough.
I think we're probably getting a little too close to it. Like, this is just going to be bad, barring a surprise. Like, we can dissect every minute of everything, but it's just like we're going to look up in a few weeks and we're going to be like, oh, buddy.
But we said, like, just forget about the UNLV loss for a second. Like, when we were talking about when we were talking about the non-conference schedule coming into this, we were saying, split the Bahamas. Like, split the Bahamas, and you'll probably be feeling good coming out of it because you probably got to win over a solid team.
Right? You were supposed to be 2-1 going to the Bahamas, come out of that with a 3-2 record, with presumably a loss to Purdue and hopefully a victory over Wake Forest.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, this isn't great, but we're 3-2 with a win over Wake in San Francisco, and our only losses are to projected NCAA tournament teams, Purdue and Ole Miss, and one of them is ranked number 1 in the country. Let's go. We're fine.
Yep.
And
Now
in
it doesn't
reality,
feel
it's
fine.
going to feel probably worse than that. Barring a surprise, they will be 1-4 coming out of the Bahamas. And it just stinks because, like, as a Memphis fan, like growing up, even in my adult life, these are supposed to be the things you look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to Maui. It's November and you're going to Maui. Or it's November and you're playing in the Garden. Like, these are the things you're supposed to look forward to. Like, I can remember as a beat writer, it's like, it's Memphis against Duke at the Garden right around Thanksgiving. This is going to be awesome. Who wins, who loses, we'll see. But, man, what an awesome opportunity. And I get the sense that you and most Memphis fans right now in this moment aren't looking forward to Thursday as much as they're just like, oh, my God, how bad is Thursday going to be? Because in one scenario, you're supposed to be looking forward to it as a free swing to maybe knock off the top-ranked team in the country. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
In reality, it feels like, how bad is the top-ranked team in the country about to beat Penny Hardaway's basketball team? That's what it feels like, as opposed to any excitement is just drowned by, oh, no, we're probably not very good.
Yeah, I mean, again, you handle UNLV on Sunday like you're supposed to. Again, you're a 9.5-point favorite. Your mood is just completely different coming into this Thursday game. It's a free swing. It's okay.
Because here, let me frame this for you. If Memphis beats UNLV, even by a point, I could frame it totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I could say this to you with a straight face. But look, I don't know how the Bahamas is going to go. But right now, they got to win over San Francisco. That's a top 85 team. That's a team comparable to anybody they're going to have to play in their league, and a team that's better than most people in their league. All right? So that was good to see opening night. Then they lost to Ole Miss down in Oxford. But Ole Miss is in the top 25 and 1. Ole Miss is in the top 30 at Ken Palm. Ole Miss is going to beat a lot of people down there. they're going to have enough victories over good enough opponents to build an at-large resume, and barring a surprise, Chris Beard's going to have them back in the NCAA tournament. So you got to win over a solid San Francisco team. You knocked out Josh Pastner's team when he came back to FedEx Forum. You're 2-1 with the lone loss on the road to Ole Miss in a competitive game. So, let's go take a free swing at Purdue. After that, you probably get Wake Forest. Knock out Wake Forest. And then you got wins over an ACC program in Wake, a top 85 program in San Francisco, and your only losses are to Ole Miss on the road and the number one team in the country. We're fine.
We're fine.
We're fine. Now, I don't know if I'd be able to keep saying that 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, because we could get to a stretch where things just aren't fine. But I could have still been telling you, as of this moment, they're fine right now. Let's go to the Bahamas and have a good time. But you lose by 14 to UNLV at home, a UNLV team that was missing starters, a UNLV team that was ranked outside of the top 100 at KenPom, a UNLV team that had lost to Montana and UT Martin. Hard for me to sit here and tell you everything's fine.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's not fine. It's rough. But I'm looking forward to it. I'll be in studio.
I'll be watching.
So you're not only going to get to see Penny Hardaway on CBS Sports Network on Thursday. Guess who else you're going to get to see?
I can't wait to hear. I'll be tuned into halftime for sure. Well, y'all do a pregame lead into it as well, right?
I think we got a pregame show and maybe 30-minute pre.
Okay.
And I don't know. I haven't looked at the schedule.
Okay. I know you're living day to day here. That's okay.
I can figure it out. Let me tell you exactly. Okay. Here we go. You ready for this? Inside College Basketball. 30-minute pregame show.
Okay.
I got to get this cough fixed before I get to New York.
Yeah. Go ahead. Get that cough out your system. There you go.
Fixed before I get to New York.
Yep.
30-minute pregame show, 4:30, CBS Sports Network. Your host will be Brent Stover, and your analyst will be former NBA All-Star Wally Szczerbiak.
Okay.
Former NBA Rookie of the Year, Emeka Okafor.
Let's go.
And me. It's just me.
Let's go.
And then just me. It is kind of stupid when you think about it.
What's Emeka Okafor up to?
Working with me.
How about that?
He's my new friend. We had dinner together.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's my new. I walked in studio last week. I just don't really keep up with stuff as much as I should.
Yeah.
I walked in studio last week and I'm like, look, it's Emeka Okafor.
Right on.
How are you doing? Looks great.
Yeah.
Won a national championship.
Sure did.
Amazing career. Seems like a nice enough guy. Seems pleasant. I like him a lot.
Cool.
I'll be working with him. Brent Stover, Wally Szczerbiak, Emeka Okafor, and me. And at some point, you want to practice?
I know exactly. Here's what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, the thing for Memphis is, coming into the week, you thought that, this was just a free swing for the Tigers. You're going up against the number one team in the country. You're up against it. But again, you've already got a win over top 80 team in the country, 85 team in the country in San Francisco. You went on the road and played Ole Miss tough. They're going to win a lot of games down there. Not a lot of teams are going to come down there and win. And then you handled Josh Pastner's UNLV team in their return to FedEx Forum and his return to FedEx Forum. Unfortunately, that is not how it went for the Tigers on Sunday. And now they have a very bad loss on their schedule in UNLV, and they could be staring 3 losses in a row depending on what they do in this second game after Purdue. So tough spot for the Tigers right now. We'll see how it goes, though. That's why they tipped the ball, and we'll see how this goes against the number one team in the country, Purdue.
Maybe you should be sitting next to Wally Szczerbiak and Emeka Okafor. What do they need me for?
CBS just...
What do they need me for?
Kyra can clip it. I'll send it with you. I'll put it on a little jump drive. Just hand that to your bosses and let them know what they think.
You know what? You do find out every time you start feeling a little proud of yourself. You know what you find out? Anybody can do this shit. That's what you find out. Anybody can do this. I don't know why it's me.
Don't say that out loud.
I don't know why.
Don't say that out loud.
I don't know why I get to do it.
You don't want people thinking that.
Like, honestly, why am I sitting next to Emeka Okafor and Wally Szczerbiak? Bennett could do this. You could put Bennett right there and be fine.
They're going to be like me when you're going on your spiel.
Yes.
Okay, GP.
The truth is,
it's harder than it looks.
It is harder than it looks.
Yeah.
I hope you know it's harder than it looks. It's harder than Bennett and I make it look. You might think, man, I guess anybody can just talk into a microphone and answer questions and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's way harder than it looks. Don't get it twisted. But you knocked that out of the park.
Thank you.
You did that like a real pro.
Appreciate it.
It's going to be tough.
See what happens.
Yeah, Stove's going to be, Welcome into our New York studios. I'm Brent Stover, 2-time NBA All-Star Wally Szczerbiak, former NBA Rookie of the Year, Mecca Okafor, and Gary Parrish.
No. And the host of the #1 college basketball podcast in the country, Gary Parrish.
That needs to be put
Why
in the
isn't
prompter.
that put in your liners?
Okay, I'm going to put that in the prompter.
Put that in there. Tell Brent Stover to put that in the liners.
I'm going to put it in his script.
Yes.
Even if I have to sneak it in his script. Because Stove, he's the host.
How easy is that?
He just reads whatever comes through the screen. Like
Yes.
he's in his prompter. He just reads whatever. You could put anything in there. So I'm going to put it there. 2-time NBA All-Star Wally Szczerbiak, former NBA Rookie of the Year, Mecca Okafor, and the host of the most listened to college basketball podcast in the entire world.
That had a billboard in Times Square.
Had a billboard in Times Square. Keep going if you want to. You got anything else you could say?
I got it. That was it. Yeah, I mean, you don't get that many. They only got like 2 sentences.
Award-winning.
Yeah.
I could be award-winning.
Come on, man.
I'm award-winning. I've won awards.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then if you've ever won an award, you know what you are?
An award-winning person.
I'm an award-winning person.
Yes.
I'm actually not an award-winning person. But I do have some awards. I could show them to you sometimes if I could find them in my attic.
Good.
All right?
Just put them on our shelves. Bring them up here and put them on our shelves.
That seems like the worst idea.
I got an award.
What'd you get an award for?
First place in the Germantown Charity Horse Show media event. It's like a big blue ribbon. I could bring that up here and hang it on the.
Did you mount a horse?
Yeah, I've got a video of it.
You mounted a horse?
Yeah, I almost fell off.
Well, that's dangerous. That's how they got Superman.
Yeah, basically.
You saw what happened to Superman.
I did see. Yeah, yes. Rest in peace.
Damn, that was tough, man.
That was tough. It was me and like a bunch of other local media people, and they put me with like this just a star horse. I mean, like when you're like
you had like the Wemby of horses.
Yeah, if you're like putting like a lineup out there, it's like I want that horse. Okay, like this horse did everything. I did nothing.
Like the Josh Allen of horses.
Exactly. And so like the trainer was like, look, we practiced a little bit beforehand, and I'm just like the horse is trotting, doing it every day. Yeah. And he was like, now listen. If you give this horse, what you're going to do is you're going to give him a little kick to his side, not too much. Just give him a little kick, and he'll know it's time to go. I kicked too hard.
Oh, buddy.
I kicked too hard, and that horse was like, okay, that means it's time to run as fast as I can around this track. Dude, I'm holding on for dear life.
That's scary,
while this horse is running full speed around this track. When we got to the finish, the owner like leaps up and grabs it by its reins because he knows that I'm about to fall.
You're going too fast. You don't know what to do. You don't know where the brakes are.
Yeah, so, but yeah, first place.
What do you do to stop a horse? Do you have to like just...
You have to kind of pull back on the reins a little bit.
It'd be nice if they had like pedals.
Yes.
If like horses had pedals, you just push a pedal and they would stop it.
It was awesome though.
Like brakes.
Could
you put brakes on a horse?
No. It's one of my favorite memories though.
That's a good memory.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Proud of you for doing that.
Thank you. Maybe I'll hang the ribbon.
I'd like to see it.
Okay.
It's wild. People used to just ride horses all the time, like back and forth to places.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
It's kind of cool.
Is it?
I think horse riding is fun. I never do it. Like and that was like one of my favorite memories of my life. Like I should ride more horses.
I'm sure I've been on a horse, but I don't have a recollection of it.
My kid was on a horse at your house.
Oh.
We're walking up and down the street. I think it was a pony.
I had a horse at my house one time.
You did.
Okay, yeah.
That was a great memory too.
That was good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you remembered my son's birthday.
Yeah.
That was nice.
He may have brought a whole farm to his house.
We did.
That was cool, man.
I think kids like that kind of stuff, don't they?
Yes.
Yes. I think I sat on
do that for my kids for their birthday.
I think I sat on a camel one time.
Send me that contact.
I'll get you in touch with those people.
Yeah.
Oh man, down in Mississippi, we just bring any
phone call away, buddy.
Any animal you want, we can have it at your house in 30 minutes or less.
Yeah.
All right, you got a better shot at getting a horse delivered to your house than a pizza.
Yeah.
Down in Mississippi, we got all that covered. We got all that covered.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be in the studio.
Good.
Thursday.
Good. Glad we brought.
Are we still talking about Purdue?
They're really good. They're really good.
Purdue's really good. They're ranked #1 again. I'll be in studio 4:30 Central, CBS Sports Network. Memphis Purdue tipping a little after 5 o'clock.
Number 2.
Ole Miss has reportedly given Lane Kiffin an ultimatum.
Okay, what's the latest here? Has anything happened since we haven't? Let me just make sure he's not gone anywhere. No, we're good. We're good. We're still on Lane watch. Yep.
We're still on Lane watch. Ole Miss has reportedly given him an ultimatum that he needs to let them know whether he's staying or going by next Friday's game against Mississippi State. This comes on the heels of multiple reports detailing how Lane's family has visited both Baton Rouge and Gainesville in recent days. And as growing frustration mounts among the Ole Miss faithful, the report is now that they've told Lane, we got to know something before the Mississippi State game. And according to Brett McMurphy, if he will not give them a definitive, I'm remaining Ole Miss's coach throughout this season, throughout the offseason, and will continue to be the coach of the Rebels next season, unless he tells them that by the Mississippi State game, they will then make a decision whether or not to allow him to continue coaching at Ole Miss. That's the report. This is bananas.
Okay, so I get it. I can understand giving the ultimatum because, come on, dude. Like, we want to know. I understand. But, man, the idea of him not coaching in that game when you have a chance this year to play for a national championship, and that's the game of the season, the Egg Bowl. Like, that is the premier game of the season.
I get the frustration among Ole Miss fans. I understand the urgency from the Ole Miss administration. I just don't know that this is practical. Like, I'm a big believer in, all right, that's a neat thing to say, but practically speaking, how is this going to work? How tough are you really? Before you start talking tough, making threats, giving ultimatums, you better have a good sense for how tough you are really. How willing are you really to go down this path? Are you really like that? Because if you're not, if you don't already know exactly what you'll do and you're already completely comfortable with it, if he does not give you an answer by the Mississippi State game, unless you are already certain of what you'll do and you are already certain you'll be comfortable with it and you're certain it won't cost you your job, then it is real delicate to go down this path and let this become publicly known. Because if you're not really like that and really willing to cut ties, if he doesn't give you the answer by the date you've put on the calendar, then all you're doing here is aggravating your undeniably awesome football coach and perhaps pushing him out a door that he wasn't actually going to walk out of. That's the problem here. We need to know by Friday. Okay. Or what? Because
I already got everything lined up in Baton Rouge.
But like, or what? Well, what? What are you going to, like, what? Okay. Because if you're Lane Kiffin, you know what you can say? If you want to. I'm under contract for years. I've never said a word about leaving. I don't have to tell you anything. I've never said I'm leaving. I've got a one-loss football team headed to the college football playoff. And when this season is over, or whenever I feel like it, I'll make whatever decisions I need to make. But the idea you're going to tell me that I got to let you know by next Friday whether I'm going to fulfill the terms of my contract or exercise the buyout clause, I don't have to tell you anything.
Right.
And if you've got the balls to pull me off of a game, I dare you. Pull me off the Mississippi State game. Let us lose it. I dare you. See what happens.
Because then the other side of that is, okay, let's say that they do that and he goes to LSU or Florida or whatever, then your fan base is always going to look at it, well, he left because you gave him the ultimatum.
Here's the problem. You're exactly right. Regardless of what the truth is, Lane will always have a story to tell.
Right.
And the story will always be, guys, I was posting sentimental tweets every day. They did a whole documentary talking about how much I love it here. And then as I'm chasing a national championship and preparing for the Egg Bowl, my administration comes to me and says, we got to know yes or no now. And I'm just not ready to make that decision. I'm focused
On the Egg Bowl.
I'm focused on the Egg Bowl that I'm supposed to win, that all you people care about. I'm trying to win a national championship. I'm not even thinking about that stuff. Yeah, it's real stuff and it's out there, but that's not what I'm focused on. And they're coming to me and saying, you got to make a decision. Or what? So if that's the way you're going to treat me, you made that decision for me. I don't know what I was going to do. But I knew what I was going to do the second they told me I had to tell them before a Mississippi State game. Mm-hmm. The second they pulled me out of my prep and told me I got to make a life decision on their timeline. I didn't know what I was going to do when they told me that. But I knew what I was going to do right after they told me that. It doesn't even matter if it's true. It's a great story.
It is. That's the thing. And that's your fans are going to latch on to whatever the believable story is.
The fans who were frustrated with you will be like, that's bullshit. But some of them will latch onto it. And when you inevitably get beaten in the college football playoff, or even worse, lose to Mississippi State, people will point to this.
Yes.
They'll say, well, if you'd have just left him alone.
Let it go.
Just leave him alone. And then he beats Mississippi State, and then he goes to the college football playoff, and he gets to the semifinals, and LSU and Florida couldn't wait, and he wasn't going to walk away from a semifinal team. And so he would have just still been our coach, regardless of whether he wanted to or not. Yeah. And then you put an ultimatum on him and you push him out the door. It doesn't matter whether it's true. That'll be the way it goes down.
Right. That's how it'll be framed. Yep.
I just think I get the frustration, but this is one of those deals where you have to ask the person given the ultimatum, how do you think this is going to go for you? It probably... Like, this is going to get really uncomfortable. You have just created a scenario that's going to get very uncomfortable for you, probably. Because you think Jimmy Sexton's going to work on Ole Miss's timeline?
No.
If they just want this to be over, then maybe. But your answer's right. No. It feels like the person or the entity without much leverage is the one trying to administer leverage. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that it's going to work the way they think it's going to work.
Yeah.
This is not unprecedented stuff in college athletics, though. If you remember, you might not remember, but at Michigan, 1989, Bill Frieder was the coach, men's basketball program. And he had, as the season was progressing, been pursued by Arizona State. And Bill had become frustrated with the state of things at Michigan. This is a guy who's a Michigan alum, by the way. Like, he went to school there. This was his alma mater. And he's got a good basketball team. But Bo Schembechler, a football guy, former football coach, had become the athletic director. And Bill did not think they were going to properly invest in basketball. They had gone from chartering flights to games to taking commercial flights to games. Like, the strings were being pulled back a little bit, financial strings on the program. And here comes Arizona State, and they're throwing everything at him. We'll do this. And have you seen how sunny it is? And blah, 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 blah. And before the NCAA tournament, he agrees quietly, in principle, verbally, to leave Michigan after the season and be the next head coach at Arizona State. Reports get out that this is close to happening or on the verge of happening. It's like pushes it down there pretty good. And Bill, rather than lie about it or stay quiet about it, decided, I'm just going to be honest. I don't want to lie to these people. Like, this is my school. These are my players. This is my team. And I feel like everybody will understand if I just explain it in clear terms. And so he actually told his players, when this season is over, I will be leaving to go to Arizona State. And it's got nothing to do with you guys. But you know that 2 years ago, when we went to play at Penn State, we were on a private plane. And this year when we went to play Penn State, we're not on a private plane. And they're just really taking all of our money and pushing it to football and not investing in men's basketball the way that I know it needs to be invested in for us to do what it is we're trying to do. And so that's why I'm changing jobs, not because I don't love you guys or Michigan, but because they've they've taken my budget and slashed it in a way that I don't believe I'll be able to be successful going forward. And he thought, that's rational.
They're going to understand.
Everybody will understand, and then we'll go try to win the NCAA tournament.
Mm.
And Bo Schembechler stood up and said, a Michigan man, famously, a Michigan man will coach Michigan. Fired him before the NCAA tournament. And the assistant coach, Steve Fisher, took over. And do you know what happened next? They won the NCAA tournament. They won 6 straight games with an interim coach. After firing their head coach just before the NCAA tournament, they won 6 games and won the NCAA tournament. And so that's not quite apples to oranges here, but there is precedent in college athletics for a university saying, if you're going to leave after the season, leave right now. We don't want you here anymore. And I guess on some level, Ole Miss could trick itself into thinking if he doesn't give them an answer by next Friday, that is an answer. No answer is an answer. And we'll just move on because we think you're moving on anyway. And an Ole Miss man will coach Ole Miss. But it's one thing to do that in 1989 before social media.
That's right, man.
It's another thing to do it in 2025. It's just a wild story. Meantime, either way, for what it's worth, Lane Kiffin posted on X this morning.
I saw.
Inspirational quote. When you read that, what do you draw from it?
I mean,
here's what it is for people who haven't read it. I'm going to read it to you. This is what he posted on Twitter. It's a page in a book. It appears to be like inspirational thoughts or thoughts for the day or some stuff that helps people.
I got you.
Get through things. I should probably buy the book if we're being honest. Here's what he posted. How do you know what to do next? You ask yourself honestly what your 90-year-old self would advise you to do, what they would have wished you had done. You ask yourself honestly what you've sensed from the beginning, what you have ignored, what you have quieted and distracted yourself from. You make 2 lists, the positives and the negatives, and you weigh them. And if there is one thing on the left that overpowers the dozen things on the right, then you trust that. You ask yourself what path will make you more of the person you are meant to be. When you read that, what do you draw from that?
Well, I mean, I prefer...
If you're an Ole Miss fan, does that make you go, yay? Or does that make you go, oh no?
See, I prefer more straightforward inspirational posts. Like John Morant posted a picture on Instagram, and it's his Grizzlies tattoo with a home emoji right next to it. So that I can decipher that. Like, I see that, and I say... Okay, he's saying Memphis is his home. That's easy to read. I love that. This one's a little bit more harder to decipher. I don't know if I'd feel great. What do you do next? If I was an Ole Miss fan and that's the first line I read in the inspirational quote, I don't know if I feel great.
Well, see, I'm just projecting here. But if you ask yourself, what would your 90-year-old self have wanted you to do? If I'm putting myself in that situation, I would think my 90-year-old self would have said, GP, don't. You finally found some peace in your life. You finally found a home.
Yeah.
Your kids seem happy. You've said over and over again how happy you are and how comfortable you are, and you've got maybe one of the greatest seasons in Ole Miss history right here at your fingertips. Life is good. Don't mess this up. To chase what? To chase what? An easier opportunity at a national championship at Florida or LSU? Perhaps, but you could also run into more problems at Florida and LSU. Ask the last Florida and LSU coaches. Your life is good right now. You seem happy. You walk away from this right now. I'm scared that when you are 90, you will regret it. So don't.
Doesn't a 90-year-old want to settle down in Oxford too? Like go to the square, go to the bookstore.
You would think so.
A little bite to eat.
You would think so.
I think 90-year-olds still like to dream.
It does sound like a 90-year-old's dream. On the other hand, there's stuff in here about what have you ignored? What have you done to distract yourself from things, which could, if you're being pessimistic, and we're just playing around here, be like, well, that means there's been things going on at Ole Miss within the administration, with his bosses that he's ignored, that he's that he's distracted himself from, with all the wins and the documentaries. But like there's some stuff there that's just not right, and it's time to stop ignoring that.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know what that means. Who knows? It's just
good luck.
Who knows? If you read columns from people who know, like Lane Kiffin, like not just watch him coach or read his tweets, but actually have spent time with him and been around him. They do describe him as very wishy-washy. Like his mind could change every day. He might genuinely not be sure of what to do or what he's going to do or what will make him happy. What's the smart thing to do? What's the dumb thing to do? He might write list of pros and cons the same way this passage suggests, and then just stare at it and be confused, or stare at it and think it means one thing, but then the next day think it means another thing. Either way, it's coming to a head, and I fear that it won't work out for Ole Miss, or at least it won't. This move in this game,
this ultimatum,
is not going to work out favorably for them because there's who knows, but there's a chance, by definition, that we get to the deadline, the self-appointed deadline, and Lane says, I don't have anything to say.
Right.
I'm planning to coach Ole Miss against Mississippi State tomorrow and then go to the college football playoff. And I think it is crazy that you're standing in front of me making this a national story. The reason people are talking about this the way they're talking about it is because you put an ultimatum on me for no good reason. Coaches coach throughout the season when they're being pursued by jobs all the time. In college football, in college basketball, it's happened in the NFL. This is not as unusual as you think. We could have just let this play out and we would do it with much less noise. But you created this with your reported ultimatum. And now here we are. Whole world's waiting to know what I'm going to say. Well, you know what I'm going to say? Not going to say anything.
Yeah. By the way, worth noting, Nick said he's going on Pat McAfee's show today, so I'm sure we'll get something good from that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was planning just to coach my football team. I'll make life decisions when it's time to make life decisions. I don't know why you try to force this on me like this, but if you don't mind, get out of my office. I don't have anything more to tell you. And I'll be on the sidelines tonight unless I'm told otherwise. And good luck if you tell me otherwise, because that's going to get tough. I just don't know what you do if you're Ole Miss there.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like you've got good options. You've created a scenario where you might be forced to pick between two bad options. Either postpone your deadline, just push it back because Lane wouldn't subscribe to it, or actually remove him or suspend him or something. Neither one's good. One makes you look weak and one makes you look possibly dumb.
Yeah.
Those are your options, perhaps, if he pushes this deadline. I don't know that I would have put myself in this situation.
Number 3.
James Franklin is the new Virginia Tech football coach. Do you like the hire?
I think that it's a good hire. I'm seeing a little mixed stuff. I think it's a good hire for a school like Virginia Tech because you want to compete for ACC championships and you want to, be a team that can maybe get back to fighting for a college football playoff spot. Like get back to being like that, good program that we know Virginia Tech is. Like, I think that the expectations may be a little bit lower than they would be at a school like Penn State. The league's obviously easier. We'll see what happens with Dabo and Clemson. We'll see what happens with Florida State. But, the league is easier.
Sure.
I think it's a good hire for them.
I like it. I don't know that you could have done better.
Yeah.
This is a competent college football program runner. He's won at a above average rate relative to school in the SEC. That was at Vanderbilt. And then he consistently won big at Penn State, even if he never won the big stuff that they wanted to win, or at least didn't win it as much as they would have liked.
Right.
But 11 wins in 2019, 11 wins in 2022, 10 wins in 2023, 13 wins and a trip to the playoff last year, and was ranked number 2 in the country in the AP poll this preseason. And then they got him because they got off to a bad start.
Yeah,
lost to Oregon and then lost 2 other bad games.
Right. You look at the top 3 in the ACC, you can imagine yourself getting back to that level quickly. Yes.
So on a surface level, I'm like, Here's a guy that won in the SEC. He's won in the Big Ten.
Yep.
And he's the illustration of competence.
Yes.
You're going to have a solid, if not really good, if not great football program. I'd be shocked if that's not true. He knows how to run a football program. The question becomes, and this is where you get a little inside football stuff, is like, and this is the point Dan Wolken makes in a column at Yahoo Sports. What we're watching this college football season, particularly in the SEC, is like the margins are very thin. There's not much difference between whatever you think's the best team in the SEC and whatever might be the 5th or 6th best team in the SEC.
Yeah.
Like these teams could get on a neutral field and play 10 times and it might split them 5-5 or 6-4, something like that. And so Dan's point is, in an era in college athletics where the talent is more spread out because of revenue sharing and NIL, like once upon a time, the top, I'm just making things up here, but like the top 4 linebackers in the country might all go to Alabama to play for Nick Saban.
Right.
Right? Well, now in theory, Alabama can't pay top dollar for the 4 best linebackers because you got to spread that money around.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody else might say, well, we'll pay top dollar for one linebacker. And then somebody else say, we'll pay top dollar for one linebacker. And now you don't get them all going to Alabama or Ohio State or whatever. It's just the talent spread out. And when the talent is spread out, the margin for error is much smaller. And these games are really coming down to, very often, tactical decisions in the fourth quarter. And James Franklin has a reputation of not being the best at that. He can win you football games, and he can run your football program. This would be the knock.
Yep.
But, oh, buddy, you don't want to get in a tight game late because that guy over on the other side of the field might be playing chess, and you might be playing checkers. That's the knock on him. And I'm not informed enough about it to argue. Like if Dan Wolken says that's the knock on him, I imagine that's the knock on him among college football insiders.
Yep.
Like in college basketball, I won't name them, but there are coaches who had this reputation. Like, yeah, he's a good recruiter and like he sounds good in the press conferences, but I mean, you don't have to have better players than him to beat him. He can have better players than you, but you could beat him because he just, they play a very simplified, outdated version of basketball, and you will have a tactical edge on the court in a close game against a team coached by that guy. There are people in basketball who have that reputation, I promise you. And in football, James Franklin seems to have that reputation, at least according to Dan Wolken, if nobody else. So that's how you get split up on the, is it a good hire or bad hire type of thing? But my question would be this: if not him, who? Who are you going to hire? Who are you going to hire that you can reasonably assume is going to get your program back to a place where it looks and sounds the way it used to look and sound under Frank Beamer? Who is better equipped than this guy to do that? I don't know that person exists.
I don't either. I mean, I think you
could have rolled the dice on some coordinator or young guy or whatever.
Yeah.
But like this guy's got a proven track record of success at an SEC school and a Big Ten school.
Right.
I bet you, whenever this is over at Virginia Tech, however it ends, you'll look at it and go, well, that's a guy who he won in the SEC, he won in the Big Ten, and he also won in the ACC.
Yep.
I bet you he's gonna, before this is over, be considered a successful coach in 3 different power conferences.
Number 4.
As expected, Jamaar Chase was suspended by the NFL for 1 game yesterday after he spit in Jalen Ramsey's face on Sunday and then denied doing it in the locker room after the game. I thought Michael Eaves had this right yesterday. Like, it's one, like, if you're going to do that, you know that cameras are on you, or you have to know cameras are on you.
Mm-hmm.
You are an all-pro receiver matched up against at least used to be all-pro defensive back. And you're going back and forth the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
There's cameras on you. There is a camera dedicated to you. Wherever you're at, it's on you, just in case. So it's going to get caught. Why are you lying about it?
Yeah.
First off, why did you do it? because it's out of line. It's out of line. It crosses the line. But if you're going to do it, I think in the locker room, don't you have to say one of two things? I lost my cool. You guys know Jalen, and you know me, and we were going at it. And I enjoyed that, the back and forth. We're competitors, and we're talkers, and we were going at it, and it got disrespectful, and I crossed the line. I shouldn't have. I apologized to him, and I apologized to my teammates. I put us in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I just lost my cool. I can talk for another 4 minutes if you want me to, but I'll just be repeating, I simply lost my cool in a moment where I wish I wouldn't have. I messed up. You say that, or just say, I know I shouldn't have done it, but I'm not going to let another man talk to me like that. And I'll take whatever punishment comes, but nobody's going to talk to me like that. Period. Just stand on it either way.
Yeah.
Apologize or justify it, but don't pretend it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he pretend it didn't happen?
I don't know. Like, as someone who is a fan of a team that used to play against Jalen Ramsey multiple times a season, like, I get it. Like, that dude gets under wide receiver's skin more than anybody. Like, he is better at it than anybody, and he gets into it with every big-time wide receiver that he goes up against multiple times a year. It always happens without fail.
Right.
So I totally understand the frustration, but again, like, if you do that, and dude, when you watch the video, like, and I'm a Jamaar Chase fan, but like, when you watch the video, there's no way to talk around that. He spits on him, and that's when Jalen Ramsey swings at him. Like, it is.
And it's not even like sometimes you're yelling and screaming and
some spittle comes out.
That was not what this was.
He spit on him, and Jalen Ramsey swung immediately. Yeah. That is exactly what happened.
It is as it appears. And by the way, it should be noted, and I give the Bengals credit for this, the only person pretending Jamaar Chase didn't do what he's accused of doing is Jamaar Chase.
Right.
Even the Bengals were like, the head coach was like, we can't have that. Like, that's just, no, that's not
cool.
That's not cool. And so even his own coaching staff is not defending what he did. It cost him, I know he's got a lot of money, but
it cost him a nice little chunk.
$500,000?
Yeah.
Can you imagine just spitting and losing $500,000?
No. God.
It must be nice on one hand to get to a place in life where you can spit, lose $500,000, and it really not impact your life in any meaningful way.
At all. Damn.
But it's a big check.
That's a big check. Yeah.
Maybe we should keep our spit inside our mouths.
Probably so.
Let's try to keep our spit inside our mouths going forward.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Monday Night Football was last night.
Yeah, man.
You had the Raiders.
Doozy.
You had the Raiders as home underdogs.
That was the stupidest pick I've ever made.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that, but I also won't argue with you. I also will not argue with you.
I mean, that's how bad the Raiders are. It's not the Cowboys' defense has been carved up for the majority. They've been better lately, but they've been getting carved up pretty good. And so I thought the Raiders, like, coming out of the bye, I was just like, oh, it's at home. Like, it's Monday Night Football. They'll keep it close. Like, it'll just be a close game that the Cowboys will ultimately win.
It was 33-16.
Not even close.
The 2-8 Raiders lost 33-16. I saw some people making this point last night. Like, we need to take the Raiders out of prime time. All these standalone games in the NFL, whether it's Thursday night or early Sunday or Sunday night or Monday night, that the Raiders just don't belong there anymore. And I obviously don't disagree, but is that a real thing? Like, are the Raiders unusually positioned in standalone games that we are forced to watch?
I mean, they literally did it with the Titans this season. They said no primetime games, and rightfully so.
But do the Raiders get more than they should? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's because of the brand, right? Like, that's why they get it, but it never goes well. It never goes well. Man, that thing is just such a disaster. And I don't like Pete Carroll's a good coach. It's time to call it quits. But I don't believe that Pete Carroll is like just forgot how to coach football. I heard
him arguing about it on TV last night, and it was like they should be rebuilding, but they hired a 70-year-old coach
and got a quarterback,
and got an old quarterback
retread.
Yeah, and they got a retread quarterback. So what are you doing? And then drafted a running back in the top 5 or top 10?
That's the reason why I lean to that franchise is just such a disaster because, Geno was bad early in his career, but then he goes to Seattle later in his career and kind of revives himself and has a really, really good run with the Seahawks. And he's just back to looking like he did when he was a rookie. Just all the turnovers, and I don't think Geno Smith just like all of a sudden became a not good quarterback. I think that it's the Raiders, man. Again, like you said, like you draft this running back that everybody's excited about, but like that doesn't address any of your issues. Yeah. And he got like 2 carries or something last night. It was stupid.
They might not know what they're doing.
7 carries.
It's possible they don't know what they're doing.
It's possible, man.
On the Cowboys side, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, both were held out of the opening series.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Dude, this is the best kept secret in Cowboys history. Like, when have you ever... No one knows what happened.
I mean, we usually know when they're doing coke at the house and all this stuff. And
dude, like, you would have thought by now, like, TMZ Sports would have put out something like, the reason they were sad is because they were doing this and that. No one knows what happened.
The assumption is that it was like some sort of blown curfew. So that's the working assumption on social media I saw.
Here is Brian Schottenheimer's exact quote. It is very vague. There were some things that were missed, so I had a conversation with those guys, and that was easy.
So maybe missed a meeting, showed up late to a meeting, missed a curfew, something like that.
And then he just talks about how good they played after
Las Vegas is obviously an easy place to miss stuff.
Yeah.
I've missed curfew in Las Vegas.
And then you saw there's like the video is because both of them scored in the game.
Right.
They were both awesome. And like he ran over to him on the sidelines. They were both sitting next to each other. Schottenheimer runs over, gives them both a big hug, and they all start laughing. So yeah, I don't think it was anything super egregious. I bet it was, come on, dude, you got to show up on time. Right. Like if you're going to be out partying late the night before.
Right. Yeah. It's, I'm sure it was something where the franchise felt like, all right, we got to do something. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
So we got to do something, but like, let's do this something and then let's move on.
Yeah. And then let's get them a look like the very first play that they get in.
On some level, that's what we try to do here in Memphis.
Yeah.
We try to say, hey, you can't do that. So let's sit out one game and then we'll just move on and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
It worked better for the Cowboys than it worked for the Grizzlies.
I mean, it sounds like we're moving on. It sounds like we moved on. Giles is out because he got hurt.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I mean, of course he's only out because he's hurt, of course. But are we sure we moved on?
I don't know. It's looked. I don't know. I think so. I hope so.
I hope so too, but I don't know it.
I think so.
I never know. I never know.
No, the post last night.
It's hard to know,
dude. Everything that he posts on his social media suggests that he loves being a Memphis Grizzly. So I'm gonna take it for his word.
I know, but I can be serious for a moment.
Yeah.
I think if there is one way John Morant and I might be similar, is that we both our emotions can go a little
all over the place.
You can feel good one minute and not so good the next. I'm not even joking around. And so it's not hard for me to imagine how you could be sitting around getting your feelings a little bit and be like, I just want to post something to let everybody know I love them. I know it gets all twisted up and people are like, is he going to leave? Does he want to be there? Katie's talking to my dad and man, I don't want all this. I know this has gotten kind of weird but like, this is my home, man. I don't not want this. So like I want people to know that and feel that. And so let me post something home and oh man, I feel good.
Yeah.
And then like, wake up the next day and be like, just mad, just grumpy about something. I do that sometimes. I do that more than I'd like to do that. And I think maybe because if you remember, gets suspended, sits out that game, posts like, let's go Grizz, and then came back the next night and was mad as hell in the postgame. It just, I don't say this as a criticism. I just say it as this.
No, we saw it. It was an observation.
He was just mad. So he went from like, let's go Grizz to the next day he was mad again.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it's just, I don't know where we're at, but I think he does that a little bit sometimes. And because he's super famous and on social media, we're aware of it. With me, I just don't post it on social media. Yeah. I just keep it all right here.
Yeah.
All inside here. Struggle with it. But with him, he seems to he posts that stuff or shares stuff sometimes, and perhaps we're reading too much into it. But I have noticed that sometimes he seems happy on Instagram, and then the next time we see him on camera, he doesn't look happy.
Yes.
But those Cowboys, they looked happy last night.
They did look happy last night. We'll see. I mean, if they can maybe turn this thing around. It's a win against the Raiders, so I don't know how much you take from it, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Dak looks good. Dak's having a really good year. He was down last week, but he bounced back last night or 2 weeks ago. Dak's looked good this year.
Well, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Be back with GP's Carryout.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you. Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Memphis. Monday Night Raw returns with non-stop action, unmatched energy, and the superstars you love.
We don't get mad, we get even. We don't go home till we beat them. This is our time, we're leaving. We need to turn undefeated.
Witness the moments you'll never forget. Monday Night Raw, Memphis. Monday, February 16th. Tickets and ringsider packages on sale next Friday.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Just got a whole lot better. Buckets and Brews is the ultimate way to tip off your weekend. Every Friday this season, you can grab a terrace-level ticket to a Grizz game and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. That's 2 tickets in the terrace level and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55 the next night for great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball. That's Friday, December 5th against the Los Angeles Clippers. Go to Grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets. That's Grizzlies.com/Friday. Must be 21 and up to purchase. Let's do GP's Carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Well, over at CBSSports.com, Brad Crawford has an updated college football playoff projected bracket. Of course, that'll be updated tonight in primetime. Remember when we used to get excited for these shows?
Yes.
It'd be like the college football playoff bracket reveal is coming on tonight.
I love that reveal so much.
We're going to get to see that Tiger logo.
Yeah.
Now we don't get to see a Tiger logo.
We might not even see an American Conference logo.
Well, you want to see what Brad Crawford thinks?
What's he think?
Let me tell you what Brad Crawford thinks.
James Madison.
Brad Crawford has the highest ranked group of 5 team. It's James Madison.
Yeah. Can you believe that? We've said, it's going to be an American team no matter what because it's the best group of 5 league. But the problem with that is these teams have cannibalized each other in the American. And
I can remember early in the season, we brought on, I think, Brett McMurphy. And I was like, how realistic is this for Memphis to get to the college football playoff? And he said, they're a candidate, a realistic candidate. And he said, I can't guarantee, I think he said something like, I can't guarantee Memphis will get there, but this much I can tell you. Whoever wins the American is going to be in the college football playoff. And I remember thinking, it might be too early to be making grand statements like that. And now here we are.
Well,
James Madison.
The reason I think that they'll get jumped is because what likely is going to happen, in my opinion, is in the American Championship, it's going to be two good American teams playing against each other. And so the one that's victorious has that signature
another
win.
Good win.
Yeah.
Adds another good win. Maybe. That might be how it goes. Brett McMurphy might turn out to be right. But when we watch the television show tonight, Brad Crawford thinks no American schools will be in the projected bracket. His top 4 seeds are Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, and Georgia. Texas A&M had to rally to avoid an upset over the weekend. He's got Texas Tech at 5, Ole Miss at 6, Oregon at 7, Oklahoma at 8, Alabama 9, Notre Dame at 10, BYU at 11, and then James Madison would be your 12th seed. But James Madison is 23rd in his unofficial college football playoff rankings.
What's today's biggest game?
Going to the Champions Classic. It's in New York City, Madison Square Garden. They had Raw at MSG last night.
Dude, it was awesome. It was awesome. You obviously had the big moment for John Cena, which was very nice. You had Cam Scatterbo fighting the Judgment Day in the front row. You had Roman Reigns walking out to face Brock Lesnar. Like, it was actually pretty damn good last night.
I'm embarrassed.
Am I back?
I'm embarrassed.
Am I back?
I'm embarrassed. I didn't watch it.
Lil Yachty was there.
I didn't watch it. I'm embarrassed.
Lin-Manuel Miranda was sitting front row next to Stephanie McMahon.
I'm not comfortable with myself right now.
You didn't?
I didn't commit to it.
Just watch the replay. It's worth it. It's worth it.
I'll catch the highlights probably. I did see Maxine Dupree.
Yeah, yep, that's right.
She's a title holder now.
She's the women's intercontinental champion.
I like that. I like that. And I saw the Scatterbo thing, and I saw the Cena thing at the beginning, but then I clocked out.
It was so good. It was so good. Listen, man, I've said this to you before. I wasn't really around as much for the ruthless aggression era. I'd kind of jumped off at that point. But I respect the hell out of Cena. Like, he's salute.
I'll have to catch the highlights.
Yeah.
So last night, Raw was at MSG. Tonight, Champions Classic. Doubleheader. It's Michigan State against Kentucky. And then it's Kansas against Duke. Let's focus on Kansas-Duke because that's where the big headline is. Darren Peterson, the projected one and done, possible number 1 overall pick in the 2026 NBA draft, is not expected to play.
Okay, that's why the line is what it is. Okay.
It started at Duke minus 7.5, jumped to Duke minus 11.5. The total is 148.5. Darren Peterson also, just like Wemby and Ja, dealing with a soft tissue injury. It's a hamstring for him. Bill Self has estimated he will be out for the foreseeable future. So Kansas Duke, on the Blue Devil side of things, you get Cameron Boozer, 2-time Gatorade National Player of the Year. Also, likely one and done freshman. Also, possible number 1 overall pick. He is averaging, if you were wondering if he was going to be a statistical monster or not, he is. 22.5 points, 10.3 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.8 blocks in 28.8 minutes per game. Bennett, how are you going to act?
I mean, that's such a big number, but the thing is, just like looking at what Kansas has done so far this year, like Peterson carries that thing, you know? I mean, he's running the show.
They don't have, I don't know how they score without him. They're not very good without him.
No, it doesn't appear that way.
I don't even know if they're a top 25 team without him.
I think I'm gonna go with Duke in the 11.5. Yeah.
I mean, Duke could get them pretty good. Kansas just have a hard time scoring without Darren Peterson. Like, he when healthy, he might have the highest usage rate in college basketball.
Yeah, I'm going to go Duke here.
This is just not one of your typical KU rosters. Like, Joel Embiid and Andrew Wiggins are not walking through that door. Darren Peterson was supposed to, but he's out. No indications that he's going to shut it down or anything like that. I know Kansas fans are worried about it. Sometimes prospects like this, that gets talked about.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be the number one pick of the draft. Just sit it out. I don't think he wants to. I don't think NBA front offices want him to. You know, the NBA is a star-driven league, and one of the ways you create stars...
Everybody knows them.
Everybody knows them.
Because they watch them.
The NBA wants Darren Peterson playing college basketball.
Yes.
They want Darren Peterson in the Final Four. You know, same thing for Cameron Boozer. Same thing for AJ DeBonsa. Like, they like NBA fans turning on Fox on Saturday night, watching UConn, BYU, seeing DeBonsa go for 25, and then if you're a Mavericks fan or a Kings fan or who knows, maybe a Grizzlies fan, you're sitting around going, okay, this season's not going the way we wanted, but we could end up in the lottery, and we could, that guy, it's better if they play.
Yes.
It's better for the NBA. It's better for them. So no indication he's going to shut it down, but he ain't playing tonight. Bennett says take the Blue Devils, minus 11.5.
What are we watching on TV?
Have you started Pluribus yet?
I have not, but I've heard great things.
I have started it. Still not complete.
No, get it out.
God.
This is the Vince Gilligan show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, who did Breaking Bad.
Vince Gilligan did Breaking Bad. He did Better Call Saul, and now he's doing Pluribus. It's got Ray Seahorn in it, who starred in Better Call Saul. She's terrific. And right now it has 100% approval on Rotten Tomatoes from critics. The popcorn meter, which is like audience, is a little lower because
they're not sophisticated enough.
That's usually it. When
you need a sophisticated audience for this show.
That's exactly right. When the critics are higher than the audience, what that typically means is the show's too smart for the audience. Got too many dummies out there.
Sorry. This is what it is.
We'd rather you hear it from us than somebody else. But some of you are just dummies and you can't appreciate it.
That's it.
Some of you are just dummies and you can't appreciate what you're watching. All right? That appears to be what's going on here with Pluribus. I've only seen episode 1. I've been busy. But I plan to get caught up on my flight tomorrow. Either way, it's the hottest show going now. Like, that has new episodes coming out weekly. I think
not the hottest.
Well, what would be hotter?
Probably Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. That one's pretty hot.
Are they still doing it up there?
Oh yeah, they're doing it. They've even brought some of the people that were part of the swinging into the show. They're part of the group now. So yeah,
they still like.
No. The swinging is done. That's just what started the.
So what do they do now?
Just hang out and like.
That seems boring.
Well, I mean, they fight about like the transgressions and all that kind of stuff that did happen.
Yeah. Seems like if I ran a reality show, I wouldn't want to get the swingers after they stop swinging.
Yeah.
I'd want to get the swingers while they're still swinging.
I mean, there's still like cheating and other stuff going on. Stuff. Like, it's not
all the good stuff.
There's a lot there. There's a lot there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to watch that show, but I'd like to know everything about it.
It is very much like,
I don't want to watch it, but I'd like to know about it.
It was one of those, just like all the Bravo shows where my wife starts watching it and I'm like, what is this crap? And then I just look up 3 episodes in and I'm like, staring at it. Like, I can't stop looking at it. I don't know why. I don't know what it says about me and everyone else that watches the show, but...
Well, there's a reason this stuff gets put on television. We are, as a people, attracted to...
debauchery.
Messiness and sex.
But see, that's why this one's unique, is because it's like the Mormon wives, and so it's supposed to be like everyone's all buttoned up and doesn't do bad stuff. And then the bad stuff, comes out and it's like, whoa!
That's always the way this stuff works.
Yeah.
It's always the real wild ones. They usually ain't the ones you suspect.
That is what happened here.
I told you I was at a bar in Salt Lake City one time. I was just sitting there watching football. Next thing I know, it turned into a nightclub. Next thing I know, you got 2 girls kissing, standing on a table. See what I'm saying?
There you go.
It gets wild sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch the show, but I wouldn't mind knowing what's going on.
You should definitely do like a refresher. I'm sure you can go watch like a little clip of everything that's happened.
I wouldn't mind seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
But Pluribus is what we're talking about.
Yep.
New episodes come out every Thursday. 3 episodes are out right now. I'm all in. I just got to get caught up. But episode 1 is it's good enough to make you go, I wonder what's going on here. I can't wait to watch the next episode. 100% approval from the critics. You can find it on Apple TV+.
What's the best thing we've read?
Well, I told you earlier about Dan Wilkins' column on James Franklin. It's sort of getting a lot of attention because most people are celebrating the hire, James Franklin at Virginia Tech, and Dan Wilkins like, not so fast, my friend. And then he explains why. So if you haven't read that yet, you can go check it out. Yahoo Sports.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow will be Wednesday, so we'll be looking back at Grizz Spurs, hopefully discussing a victory that can snap this little losing streak. An update from Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin said on Pat McAfee show that he and Keith Carter were in yoga class together at 6 a.m. this morning.
Nice.
It's just...
Oh, he's going to be the hero. He's gonna be the hero.
That is one way, I guess, if you really want to manipulate the situation and like if you really need this type of stuff in your life. You can. There's a special feeling perhaps that goes with, I'm gonna take you all the way down this path of you really think you about to lose me. But no, baby, I was never going nowhere. I was always gonna be right here with you.
Yep.
But I just wanted you to feel.
Yeah, I wanted you to flinch a little bit.
I wanted you to feel what it might feel like to maybe watch me walk out the door. But I was never going to do it. I just wanted you to feel it.
Yeah.
Like if you really need that kind of tension in your life or whatever else it could be described as, then this is certainly one way to do it. But it seems stressful to me.
A little bit.
I think
a little bit.
I think I would want, I think... While recognizing the advantages of leverage and all of that, I think I would probably reach a point where I would just want this to be over.
I think so too.
But Lane Kiffin, there's no indication he's ready for it to be over, but he and his athletic director did do yoga together this morning, bright and early. By this time tomorrow, we'll probably have a Lane Kiffin update of some sort.
I like it.
Perhaps just about yoga class, but we can slide that in. 5 more things, no problem.
Good.
So enjoy the rest of your day. I'll try to enjoy mine. And we'll meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.